Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over a Wrangler and comparing it to a Gladiator. Both of these are Rubicon packages. This one is finished in Sting Gray, and then this one is finished in the Pumpkin Metallic, which both of these are close to my favorite color. I love the Mojito though. That being said, we're just going to compare both the vehicles side by side, and then I'm going to sum things up with which one I think is a better route to go. A big shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller, Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for providing us with both the Jeep Wrangler and the Jeep Gladiator. Let's get right into the video. So we're going to go under the hood first and foremost. So it's just these little latches right here to get the hood open on both the Wrangler and the Gladiator. So we can open up the hood here on the Wrangler. You can see it's got a regular hood prop on it. Now under the hood here we've got a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that puts out 270 horsepower and then 295 pound-feet of torque. It goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now if we pop over to the Gladiator over here, we've got that same little hood latch system going on with the Gladiator over here. And you can see again, still get a traditional hood prop. Now the Gladiator has a 3.6-liter V6 naturally aspirated that again goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power figures are 285 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. So note that the Wrangler has a little bit more torque, and then also the Wrangler has more engine options. You can get the diesel engine, the turbocharged engine, or you can get this V6 all in the Wrangler. You can get manual transmissions on either the Gladiator or the Wrangler. Now we're gonna go over the things on the front end. So first off with the Wrangler, you guys can't see it because of all the snow, but this has a little sport hood, so they've got these little louvers on the top of the hood, mostly for stylistic purpose. You can drop the windshield down onto these little plastic bumpers. This one has the LED light group, so you can see that we've got LED lights here on the side for the turn signals, then we've got LED lights here, accent lights and LED projector lights, Jeep signature front end grille. This has the steel bumper group on it, so you can see these little rivets on the top of the bumper. You've got the tow hooks as well, but this bumper is really cool because you can take these little side pieces off. They've got fog lights in it, and then also you can put a winch here in the front. Now onto the Gladiator. We have the same little sport hood up here on the top of the Gladiator, again obviously covered in snow. We've got incandescent lights here. This one does not have the LED light package. And then we've got the halogen lights right here. Again, Jeep signature front end grille. This one does not have the steel bumper group, so it has the regular bumper group on it. And then again, you've got the red tow hooks up front, and you can see that there is no ability to put a winch on this bumper. So we have the tire and rim setup on both the Wrangler and the Gladiator here. So on the Wrangler, we've got 17-inch rims, 33mm tires wrapped around that. These are the more premium rims. They're the alloy rims, really nice. And then over onto the Gladiator, again 17-inch rims with 33s around it. You can kind of see just the overall setup, the stance that it makes on both of them. Really good look, but tire and rim setup is identical on both the Gladiator and on the Wrangler. And then something I want to quickly mention is you guys can see in the suspension you've got Fox shocks on both of them, and that comes with the Rubicon package, so you can just see that up in the suspension. A little bit easier to see here on the Gladiator. And another thing I'm going to note, body colored fenders here on the Gladiator, whereas this one just has the black plastic fenders. But what's funny is this Gladiator has the black plastic hardtop, whereas this one has the body colored hardtop. So it's like they kind of switched and didn't go like all body colored on either one of these, which is kind of funny. So we've got the key fob here for the Wrangler. As you can see, we've got a couple functions. We've got our lock and unlock and then remote start. If I press that button twice, first time we'll lock it, second time we'll remote start it up. And you can see the exhaust is just right down there. That's that 2-liter turbo. If I press the button again, it'll shut it off. The key fob for the Gladiator is identical. So then same functions, lock and unlock and remote start. So if I press that twice, first time we'll lock it, second time we'll start it right up. And it'll come to life. Notice it's a little bit quieter compared to the Wrangler. So we've got the back setup here. You can see we've got the tire in the rear. You've got your backup camera right there on the Wrangler. And then if we open this up, this is the rear trunk area. You've got to open up the window second. You can see tons of storage space in here. This one has the Alpine sound system. And then note that this whole part up here is body colored to match the Sting Gray. And then under here, this is where you store all the bolts and everything if you do take the top off on the Wrangler. And then we can shut this up. So you've got to do it in order. Window first, and then the little tailgate last. And then finally, element-wise on the rear, I want to mention we've got these nice LED taillights right here. And then we have a red tow hook just down below, parking sensors in the rear. Now let's head over to the Gladiator. So obviously the Gladiator is a truck. So we've got a truck bed in the rear. It is slow lowering and extremely slow lowering today. You can see that we've got a decent sized bed here. We do have LED bed lights inside the bed as well. There is a power rear setting window, and then this is really easy and light to lift up. So we do that, put it back into place. Jeep logo on the back. Again, LED lights, they look a little bit different than what's on the Wrangler. And then we've got red tow hooks again. We've got all of our parking sensors, and there is a tow package and then your plugins for the towing as well. Now we're gonna pop in the back of the Wrangler. First and foremost, you can see the door panel here. So red contrasted stitching. We've got leather trim right here, and then you can see, oh, I got a little bit of snow on there, but we've got the full leather seats. We've got the red contrasted stitching on those seats. And then you can see all of our window controls right here. We've got a full little power outlet. On top of that, a couple more little charging stations under there. Got this cool kind of mesh on the back of the seat with the little cargo net. And then you can see this one does not have the headliner in it, which you can get as an option. Couple speakers for the sound system, which looks pretty neat. Legroom is pretty plentiful in general. And if you're wondering, my camera person kind of died in the cold. Now in the back of the Gladiator here, we can see that we've got soft touch right here on the door. We've got a little cargo net down below, and then there's your little door handle. This one has the cloth seats, so we've got red stitching on it, still full cloth seats. You can see obviously there's not gonna be storage back behind there, but you can actually pick the seat back for like that amount of storage, but obviously it's not like a full trunk like in the Wrangler. Anyways, same mesh on the back of the seat. Got that same little charging area with all the window controls, a couple cup holders down there, and then again, speakers for the sound system up here in the cab. To lock the Wrangler, all you have to do is one touch, and then put your hand on the back of the door handle, and that'll unlock it. Oh. And then you can see the door panel here in the front. So again, we've got the cargo net right there. Again, we've got the leather with the contrasted stitching, another door handle, your lock and unlock, and then the mirror controls right here. If we look at the seats again here in the front, say Rubicon on it, red stitching, got all of your seat adjustments right there, and then you've got your pedal layout just down below in that area. Light controls right here, and then you've got your fog lights as well. Steering wheel is going to be manually adjustable. No keyless entry here on the Gladiator, but we can open up the door panel here for the front. You can see again, we've got the full little leather right there. We've got another door handle, lock and unlock, and then this right here is your mirror adjustments. You can see the seats again, manually adjustable, finished in cloth on this Gladiator. Rubicon right there. You've got your pedal layout just down below. All of our light controls up here, and then again, steering wheel is going to be manually adjustable. Now to start up the Wrangler, all you have to do is put our foot on the brake, push the push start, and it'll start right up. And first things first, we got to turn, oh, it already turned on, perfect! I've got all of our controls for the steering wheel on the Wrangler here, so you can see you've got your cruise control right there, Jeep logo in the center, and then over here we've got all our controls for that center stack, our Bluetooth controls, and they've got the red stitching on the center of the steering wheel, which looks really nice. We've got the full black leather. I like the steering wheel design in general here on the Jeeps. It just has a nice clean look to it. Got your little light stock over there also for the turn signal, and then this is your windshield wiper stock on the other side. So we've got the little center stack in here. We've got the RPMs on the left side. On the right side, we've got the speed, and then you've got all these little screens that you can scroll through, give you different bits of information on the Jeep. That's my favorite little screen right there that shows you, off-road stuff. So it shows like your steering angle, all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty cool thing right there. But other than that, it's pretty configurable, pretty easy to use. Now I've got vents on both sides right here with the red accenting, which I really like. This is the touchscreen system. So we're first going to pop it in reverse. You can see the camera on it. So you can see you've got that full backup camera with the little trajectory lines on it. But really responsive touch time. You've got your heated seats, heated steering wheel, and again, you can go to the backup camera right there. But you guys can see the touch time even when it's super cold outside. I mean, this is actually working really well, which some of these touchscreens kind of die once it gets really cold, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. And you do get, what's really cool is you get like the off-road pages on this. That's a really cool feature that I like on the Jeeps. Now down below here, this is all of our analog controls. You get like your heated seats, heated steering wheel, analog climate controls. Over here you can see you've got your screen off button, you've got your little hill descent control, you've got your parking sensors to turn them on or off, stability control just over there, auto stop start, you've got your mute button. This is a little 12 volt right here, all of your window controls here in the center, then your little media center tab right there, and then you've got auxiliary switches if you ever add auxiliary stuff to this. Sway bar disconnect, got your lockers right there since this does come with the axle lock system. This is your shifter for the 8-speed automatic transmission, so you do have a dual shift mode if you want to shift the gears yourself. And then over here you've got your 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, you've got your neutral, and then you've got your 4-wheel low. Finally, some cup holders down below there, where this is where you can hold the key fob in that little area. And then we've got your little e-brake right here with some nice red stitching. And here's our center console with the red contrasted stitching. You can pick this up as storage on the top. And then if you pick it up again, you can see more storage inside. And then you've got a little grab handle for the Jeep. All the Jeeps have that, which is really nice. Well, at least the Wranglers and the Gladiators, which, I mean, if you're buying a Jeep, no, just kidding. But you've got your glove box right there, and again, you can see the red axing on the top of the dash. These are for the T-top, so this part you can remove without any tools. The back part you do have to use power tools to remove it, but these are pretty easy. Universal garage door openers as well. Other than that, they keep things pretty simple up top, and like I said, you can get the insulation, which I would recommend if you buy a Wrangler or a Gladiator, because it helps out with the sound, especially on the interstate. Now that we're done going over the interior on the Wrangler, let's head over to the Gladiator to compare it. Now to start up the Gladiator, all you have to do is put your foot on the brake, push the push start, and wait for it, wait for it. Yes! So you can see this one has some safety stuff on it. So you can see it's got the adaptive cruise controls as well as the regular cruise control. Steering wheel still has a nice red stitching, and the leather all around still has that same look on it. You can see you've got that little control pad for the center screen, and then the voice commands as well. And then still stocks look the same on the back. So your little light stock, turn signal stock, and then windshield wiper stock on the other side. Now we've got our gauges here. So RPMs on the left side. On the right side, we've got our speed. And then you can kind of scroll through a bunch of different menus for vehicle information. This is all identical to what is on the Wrangler. So this whole setup right here, you're gonna notice, is completely the same. Now we've got our center screen display right here. Notice this is just a little bit smaller version. So this is the 7-inch display. You can see you still got a backup camera. And the Gladiator has the zoom function because they expect you to tow since it is a truck technically. And then you can see over here, you've got a couple other controls right there. It's cool, you got like the tire fill select. Obviously this isn't as nice as the 8.4. If you can make the 8.4 inch work, I'd recommend going for that touchscreen. Just the size is a little bit nicer, it's a little bit easier to use, but you can see response time on them is pretty much the same. We've got our cup holders here where again you can store your key in that area. This will look identical. E-brake will look identical, except for this one doesn't have the red stitching like on the Wrangler. Console again doesn't have like the red stitching like on the Wrangler, but you can see functionality is all the same right there. And then still get that grab handle up above, still get the red accenting on the dash, and glove box is all gonna look the same. So again, we've got our little things for the T-top up top, and again, like I said, you can get insulation. I would recommend getting that so that it just makes drivability so much better, a lot less wind noise, and universal garage door openers. Now let's finish things up by going outside and comparing this to the Wrangler again. So let's finish things off by going over pricing. So this Wrangler stickers for about $56,000 before any type of market adjustment, and this Gladiator stickers for about $52,000 before any type of market adjustment. Now, if we picked a Wrangler and a Gladiator that were equipped exactly the same with the same engine, same options, all that kind of stuff, fully loaded, decked out Rubicons on both of them with pretty much every feature, the Gladiator you're probably looking at about $62,000, roughly $62,000, whereas a Wrangler you're looking at roughly $56,000, $57,000, about what this one is priced at. And so the Gladiator, you're, you know, typically $3,000 to $5,000 more in a Gladiator, just depending on the exact specification. If it was up to me, which one would I pick? I would pick the Wrangler because I've got more available engine options on it. Obviously, it's going to be more capable off-road with the shorter wheelbase compared to the Gladiator. Yes, I would miss having a truck bed for sure, like what my Rebel has. But that being said, the Wrangler is just a better value. It's better on the off-road. It's less money. Everything overall is better about it. So I'm going to say the Wrangler wins in today's video. But again, I really appreciate all of you for watching. If you are stopping for the first time, please subscribe. Comment down below what you thought. And then again, a big shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller, Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah, for providing us with both the Gladiator and the Wrangler. Check out their inventory in the link below.
Go. Go. Go.
Going?
Go.